how to wax your board. Alright guys, as you can see, I already have a lot of wax on my board. I'm going to get it peeled off so I can start fresh. First thing I did is just put the board in the sun for a little while so the wax starts to melt off. I'm going to be using just an old hotel key. You could use an old credit card, or if you have a wax scraper handy, that's probably the best thing to use, but this will work just fine. Alright guys, now that my wax is nice and soft, I'm just going to slide my wax comb or my wax scraper across, peel off all the old wax. Alright guys, my board's looking pretty good now. Got all the wax off. Alright guys, now we're going to talk about what kind of wax to put on our board. So I'm in North Florida in the wintertime. If the water's cold, it's 60 degrees. I'm going to be using a cold water wax. The temperature will be on the package. Just make sure to check your surf report, figure out what your local water temperature is so you don't pick the wrong wax. Some people like to use a base coat. I usually just go straight to a top coat. I haven't had any problems with that, but if you want, you could get a base coat. You could use warm water as a base coat and then top it with cold water, or you can buy the specific base coat wax. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right guys, I usually don't recommend waxing directly in the sunlight, but just to help you see, what I like to do is start with lines, diagonal lines across my board. You may want to be in the shade if you're in a hotter climate so the wax goes on better. And then you're going to go the opposite direction. And now that you've done that, you can start doing some circles. You don't have to put a lot of pressure down on the board. You just want the wax to start sticking. I usually wax all the way up to about 2/3 of the way up, even a little further past where my feet go, just in case I do a certain maneuver where my foot slides forward. Alright guys, now that we got our board waxed up, I'm just going to answer a couple common questions. One question is, should you wax your tail pad or your traction pad? I personally do. I like having a nice grippy tail pad for my back foot. And another question I get for beginner surfers is, should they wax their soft top surfboard, their new soft foam board? And I also recommend to wax them because they come pretty slick, and a little bit of wax certainly isn't going to hurt. I wax the soft board anytime I use it. So anyways, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to help.